Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 36. I'm John Cooney, here to preview new independent comics being released November 6, 2013, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Garfield number 19. Garfield and the gang have plenty to give thanks for, and we're going to share two all-new stories this month, including the gang getting into some Turkey Day shenanigans and the next chapter of the Lasagna Monster Saga. Next, we've got hit number 3 of 4. As the noose slowly tightens, Slater is left with a choice. Does he give in to Blair's sadistic demands and rejoin the hit squad, or does he take action against the East Coast Mafia to save Bonnie? But really, he doesn't have much of a choice at all. We've also got regular show number 5. Great place to start for new readers. Mordecai and Rigby are once again finding themselves in a situation that they'll naturally make worse. Get ready for this thrill ride of an issue. We've also got regular show skips number 1 of 6. Why we love it? No one is more mysterious in the crazy world of regular show than Skips, the park's enigmatic Yeti groundskeeper who always seems to know what's going on. Finally, we get to see the world from his point of view. Why you'll love it? Because you know that regular show is anything but ordinary, and newcomer Mad Rupert has crafted a comic that's extraordinary. What it's about? Pops decides to take the team on a mini vacation for all the good work that they've done. Little does Skips know this vacation is not going to be a restful one. Next, we've got Robocop Last Stand number 4 of 8. Roaring down a burning streets of a dying city in a juiced cruiser, Robocop must disappear into the night or meet his end by an onslaught of OCP officers on his tail. Barely functioning and fighting to maintain consciousness, Robocop will need all the help he can get to survive. And we've got Suicide Risk number 7. With the Nightmare Crew's true plan revealed, Leo Winters must test the very limits of his burgeoning powers to stop them. But will using his powers play right into their hands, or cause an even bigger tragedy than the one Leo's putting so much at risk trying to stop? From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Baltimore, the Infernal Train number 3 of 3. Baltimore jumps aboard the Infernal Train and fights High Priest vampires and an evil witch to stop them from resurrecting a vampire god. Next, we've got Catalyst Comics number 5 of 9. Catalyst Comics is getting hot with another 32 pages of pure superhero swagger. Amazing Grace discovers a deep, dark secret. The Agents of Change bust some sick moves, and newly enlightened Frank Wells' public bed-in becomes a fight with more than just pillows. It's 3 times the super. We've also got Grindhouse Doors Open at Midnight number 2 of 8. Just because Grindhouse number 1 was the most messed up comic you've read this year, don't think number 2 can't top it. The Bee-Vixen's queen is 10 feet of pissed-off buzzing stinger, and the only one left to stop her is shotgun-wielding, motorcycle-straddling Deputy Garcia. Good thing she doesn't take no bull. We've also got Michael Avon Oeming's The Victories number 6, with all superheroes ordered to internment camps until research can prove that they aren't a diseased risk to humanity, and one of the world's most powerful heroes now a mind slave to mysterious powers, who will stand to save humanity from the shadowy group taking over the world. Next, we've got Occultist number 2 of 5, introducing the Providence, a trio of Catholic school students who dabble in the occult, and they take our hero on a wild and dangerous out-of-body trip that's literally out of this world. How far will they go in search of the ultimate high? And we've got the Star Wars number 3 of 8. This is the comic adaptation of George Lucas's original draft for Star Wars. A queen steps down, a hidden fortress destroyed, the Imperial Army on the march. Anakin Starkiller and Princess Leia rescue 2 wayward droids in the desert. Darth Vader recruits a famous Knight of the Sith to his army, and a squad of laser sword-wielding stormtroopers attempt to arrest Jedi General Luke Skywalker. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Army of Darkness vs. Hack Slash number 3 of 6. Cassie and Ash are hunted by an elite squad of mercenaries known as the Dead Soldiers. But these aren't just any old killers, they're half-deadite. How will our hero survive? How about a gory Wild West showdown full of creative uses of mini-Ashes and tiny Cassies? Next, we've got Dark Shadows number 22. Evil Barnabas and his family of vampires triumphant and growing larger? Say it ain't so. Will anyone be able to stop them before they spill more innocent blood? And most importantly, can Julia and Willie return Barnabas' good soul back into his body before it's too late? If not, prepare to enter a new, even darker age in the Collinwood estate. We've also got Legends of Red Sonja number 1 of 5. Dynamite Entertainment presents a bold new experiment in graphic storytelling, as the biggest female stars in the world of prose, television, gaming, and comics gather together to tell thrilling stories from the life of Red Sonja, which combine to make up her greatest adventure yet. This includes stories from Gail Simone, Bram Stoker award-winning Nancy A. Collins, and beloved Batman scribe Devin Grayson. all braided together by an epic framing story told by Red Sonja scribe Gail Simone. This book is designed to appeal not just to fans of Sonja, but also the countless readers of these talented writers. We've also got Lone Ranger number 19, beginning a series of standalone tales from the Old West. This issue revisits an unknown part of Tonto's past. Tonto will finally come face to face with the rogue Indian braves who indirectly caused the death of his wife and son. The outcome of their meeting alters Tonto's life forever. This issue also reveals how Tonto acquired his horse Scout. Vengeance, blood, and horses as the secret chapter of Tonto's past unfolds. Next we've got Lords of Mars number 4 of 6. The legendary ape-man starts having second thoughts about his newfound Martian pals, the devious Therns, who just so happen to be bitter enemies of John Carter. But all that might not matter. Carter is paying the Therns a little visit, and he and the ape-man are on a collision course that will change the face of 2 planets forever. Jane, the ape-man's wife, goes looking for proof of the Therns' treachery, and she ends up finding more than she bargained for. The sky erupts with fire in Lords of Mars number 4, War in Heaven. Next we've got Mark Waid's The Green Hornet number 7. Now that the voice has been silenced, a new menace threatens the city, and without the Hornet around to protect the citizens, can Kato survive as a solo agent? We've also got Pathfinder Goblins number 4 of 5. In The Goblin, as a small band of goblins forage for food, one of them tells of the legend of Kronkshaft, a cautionary tale of one goblin's ambition to eat the impossible, and the humorous series of events that his insatiable hunger gets him into. And in Horse Chopper, everyone knows that goblins hate horses, even going so far as to craft vicious weapons called horse choppers. So what happens when a pair of unsuspecting goblins suddenly come face to face with their worst nightmare one day? A darkly comic spin on a survival horror tale. We've also got Shadow Now number 2 of 6. The Shadow Network is in tatters, Lamont Cranston lies near death, and Shawan Khan is on the rise. But it's a mistake to count out the Shadow. From the ashes of his ruined life, Cranston begins to rebuild all he has lost. Meanwhile, Khan expands his own reach, and a major new player in the Shadow continuity is revealed. It's the Shadow like you've never seen him before. And we've got Vampirella number 36. Vampirella's new leadership role in the monster world has been much of a catalyst for division as it is for unity. Even with her recent victories, there are some who believe she's heading down the wrong path, and Adam Van Helsing has decided that it's time to let her know. Honesty is the key to a healthy relationship, right? From IDW Publishing, we've got Doctor Who Prisoners of Time number 10 of 12. Our year-long celebration of Doctor Who's 50th anniversary continues. Brilliant! The 10th Doctor takes a spotlight in the issue of a 12-issue epic adventure featuring all 11 incarnations of the Doctor. The Doctor brings Martha to 1950s Los Angeles and the Griffith Observatory to give her a glimpse of Gallifrey, but soon encounters a film crew whose members are mysteriously disappearing. Next, we've got G.I. Joe, The Cobra Files number 8. The House Always Wins, Part 2. Tomax makes his move, and no one on the Cobra Files team will be prepared for the sinister plan of the Crimson Twin unleashes. Trapped and cornered in their own facility, will Flint, Chameleon, and the rest of the team make it out alive? We've also got Ghostbusters number 9, Devil's Night. When he died, Stingy Jack couldn't get into heaven or hell, and has wandered the earth ever since. He made his way to Manhattan. He's feeling malicious, and if the Ghostbusters can't stop him, he'll burn the city to the ground. It's the beginning of a busy season of horrifying holidays for our heroes. Happy Horror Days starts here. Next, we've got Judge Dredd Classics number 5. Apocalypse War rages on in vibrant new color. Will East Meg 1 release the citizens of Mega City 1 from the clutches of Blockmania? And will Dredd be able to cut the Sovs off in time to keep them from infiltrating the South? We've also got Transformers Dark Cybertron number 1, The End of Everything. Shockwave makes a move millions of years in the planning, an ultimate plan to remake Cybertron and destroy both the Autobots and Decepticons, bringing together the cast of the hit More Than Meets the Eye and Robots in Disguise for the first time in 2 years. And we've got Transformers More Than Meets the Eye number 100 penny press edition. Rediscover the beginning of the Ultimate Transformer saga for only $1. The first issue of the epic quest from the fan-favorite creative team behind The Last Stand of the Wreckers. From Image Comics, we've got 68 Hallowed Ground one-shot. This special one-shot is dedicated to the late Josh Metters and his family, a special story for a special friend. On February 13th, 1968, a passenger train derails in Strainer, Mississippi when a rotting mass of living dead blocks the tracks. Hundreds are killed and the few desperate survivors are forced to hole up as best they can within the confines of the small rural town. Trapped in a tiny church, Two soldiers fresh from the killing fields of Vietnam must do their best to defend a handful of civilians from the oncoming horde of flesh-eating cadavers. While a man named for the devil holds his barricaded sanctuary, a sniper in the belfry above practices his deadly trade, slaying the disciples of hell from 100 yards away. Together they must brave the living nightmare of 1968 and fight to hold their tiny piece of hallowed ground. Next, we've got Alex plus Ada #1. From Jonathan Luna and Sarah Vaughn comes Alex plus Ada, a sci-fi drama set in the near future. The last thing in the world Alex wants was an X5, the latest in realistic androids. But when Ada is dropped into his life, will Alex keep her? This will be Jonathan Luna's return to comics after 3 years off since the end of the Sword. We've also got Cyberforce #7, Killjoy Returns Part 2. Killjoy has been released, but who should fear her most, the newly reformed Cyberforce or her creators? We've also got Drumhella #1, was previously Strange Ways. When shock-induced visions drive a detective specializing in the paranormal to a small town in South Dakota, he finds himself up against flesh-hungry bogmen, his ex-girlfriend, their mutual ex-girlfriend, did we mention she's a werewolf? And a demon that's stolen his arsenal of psychedelics. Then things start to get weird. We live in strange times. They call for strange ways. New series from Bedlam's Riley Rosmo, alternate covered by Rat Queen's Rock Upchurch. We've also got East of West #7, The Quest. Death begins his great hunt. Lines are drawn among the chosen, and the ranger picks up his scent of his prey. Next we've got Fatale #18, nominated for more 2013 Eisner Awards than any other comic. Everything goes wrong when Josephine appears in a Seattle band's music video, and her effect on those who desire her runs wild, as the most exciting arc of Fatale continues. And remember, each issue of Fatale contains extra content, artwork, and articles that are only available in the printed single issues. We've also got Ghosted #5. Winters escaped one prison only to find himself trapped in the Trask mansion with the last of the team of ghost thieves. Will their first score also be their last? The first arc ends here. Next we've got Morning Glories #34 with the solicit Left Unsaid. We've also got Protectors Inc. #1. Protectors Inc. Heroes in a world without superpowered bad guys. Heroes with corporate sponsors and far too polite rivalries and sporting franchises. Heroes without anything or anyone to fight until one of them is murdered in ways that only could have been accomplished by someone with equal powers. Solving the mystery falls to Lieutenant Detective John Riley, an ordinary man whose investigation takes him into a strange and dangerous world light years beyond his abilities to understand and very likely far beyond his capacity to survive. The trail leads to a 50-year-old secret that could threaten the very existence of Protectors Inc., an impossible love affair, and a serial killer whose work is not yet finished. Next we've got Reality Check #3. The evil devil inside has captured Will, Allison, and Dark Hour, and his mood is good, which only means that he plans to kill again. Is it really possible for your worst nightmare to come to life and murder you? We've also got Spawn #237. Cogliostro returns, but is it too late to save Jim Downing from his fate? Al Simmons' old mentor returns to guide Jim in his journey to control the vast powers that haunt him, but Cog has already betrayed one Spawn. Is he sinister enough to do it again, or is there more to his motivations than simple greed? The lessons that will shape Jim's future begin here. Secrets that rest at the very core of the Spawn mythos are set to be revealed. And we've got 10 Grand #5. Joe Fitzgerald has crossed into hell itself in an attempt to rescue Laura, the spirit of his murdered love who has been safely ensconced in heaven, or someplace that looks a lot like it, before all the forces of hell tore the veil to take her down into the depths of utter darkness. But why would they take her? Why would heaven allow her to be taken? And what's Joe going to do when he finally learns the secret behind her situation? Be assured that someone's going down for this, and going down hard. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Quantum and Woody #5. All new arc, all new jumping on point, all new problems. Eric and Woody have had their lives turned upside down. What do you do when the most annoying person in your life is also the only thing keeping you alive? You move in with him, and his goat, and his barely legal cloned girlfriend. Besides, every team of heroes needs a secret headquarters, and this one has a slightly used hot tub. Plus, Quantum meets his first true supervillain. And we've got Shadow Man #12, an all-star anthology of Shadow Man tales from the dead side and beyond. Superstar artist Clayton Crane and the stellar roster of all-star creators bring you not one, not two, but 3 chilling Shadow Man stories. Alice Cott of Suicide Squad and Zero, Christopher Sabella of Captain Marvel and Screamland, and Neil Dvorak of Easy Pieces push the outer bounds of the world of Shadow Man further than ever before. Out in trades this week, we've got Invincible Universe Volume 1 trade paperback. In the aftermath of Invincible, The Death of Everyone, Dinosaurus has left his mark on the world. Can heroes from across the universe, Invincible, The Guardians of the Globe, Tech Jacket, The Astounding Wolfman, and more, contain the damage? Or are the end times of the Invincible Universe ahead? Collects Invincible Universe number 1 through 6. And we've got Manhattan Projects Volume 3 trade paperback, Building. What if the research and development department created to produce the first atomic bomb was a front for a series of other, more unusual programs? The acclaimed feel-good bad science epic series, now in one super educational package. It's the Manhattan Projects Volume 3, Building, collecting issues number 11 through 15 of the world's most irreverent alt history book. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well. So be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.